Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks, the State of Our World on Friday, April 21st, 2023. So what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? All three. What are some of the major headlines? Gun capitalism, how lobbyists and the GOP fight regulation and push gun ownership despite deadly shootings. That's great. Okay. Now, that's wonderful. Push violence, and they don't care. Okay. Now, also, uh, colonizing our community. Elon Musk's SpaceX rocket explodes in Texas as feds okay new LNG project. That's great. Federal government, just wonderful. They're making South Texas a center for new colonialism. Okay, and the SpaceX launch the other day, and the rocket blew up 4 minutes after launch on Friday, and residents reported particulates or ash rained down on their neighborhoods near the lower Rio Grande Valley National Wildlife Refuge. That's nice. The speak with Becca Hinojosa of Another Golf is Possible, who has been targeted for participating in protests against SpaceX. She says, we're clearly being exploited by a billionaire and his pet project. She also responds to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission's approval Thursday of 3 new liquefied natural gas projects in the area. That is great. Okay, and Yemen, deadly stampede, a charity event illustrates desperation in a nation devastated by years of war. And Saudi Arabia is a supporter of the war in Yemen. And we are backing Saudi Arabia, the U.S.-backed Saudi forces, and the Houthi rebels are fighting. Okay, there was a ceasefire, but we don't know how that is going to hold. Alright, now, that is terrible, but that's the way it is. Also, let's see, Sudan's warring factions announced 72-hour ceasefire, but fighting continues. That's great. Accelerating ice melt from Greenland and Antarctica is driving sea levels higher. That's great. Climate change. Zelensky Ukraine Zelensky asks NATO leader for invitation to join alliance. Good. Labor Secretary nominee Julie Su defends pro-union views in Senate confirmation hearing. And unfortunately, there are people who do not support having a liberal labor secretary. Okay, now, Ugandan president asks parliament to make draconian anti-LGBTQ bill even harsher. That's great. They're people. Everybody is who they are. Okay. Also, former colony. House Republicans approved bill banning trans women and girls from some elastic sports teams. That's great. House Republicans. Excellent. Okay. And who is pushing all these anti-LGBTQ policies in Uganda? Christian right wing here in America. Yep. And Colin Kaepernick to fund autopsy for LaShawn Thompson. Protesters demand closure of Fulton County Jail. I agree. Richard Glossip faces execution in 1 month after Oklahoma court denies bid for a new trial. Okay, that is terrible. If he deserves a new trial, why not let him have it and see what happens? My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell must pay $5 million to man who proves his election rigging claims were false. Great. Okay. And Texas residents report environmental fallout from SpaceX launch after rocket explodes in flight. BuzzFeed News shuts down citing lack of profitability. Okay. Chile will require national stake in lithium industry as it expands international copper mining permit. That's great. More problems. And Sudan's humanitarian crisis worsens as rival military factions battle for 6th day. Okay. Dozens killed, over 100 injured by crowd crash in Yemen's capital. That's terrible. And UN warns 50 million across West and Central Africa at risk of hunger. Human rights. Okay. Climate change. Climate crisis fuels deadly heat wave across much of Asia. Research finds air pollution harms human health at every stage of life. Okay. Clean up the planet. Study finds African Americans live longer in countries with more black doctors. Good. Supreme Court delays decision on medication abortion until Friday. Okay. Oklahoma officials caught on tape discussing lynching black people and murdering journalists. Oklahoma officials, that's great. Get rid of them. The governor of Oklahoma has ordered that these officials be fired. Autopsy shows Tortuguita forest defender protesting Cop City was shot 57 times in police raid. That's great. Alright, now, that's some of what's happening out there. And, hang on. Okay, I'm back. Dark blue sky, white clouds, how pretty they are. The white clouds are floating on a canvas of blue, like the blue ocean. And the white caps, dark blue sky, white clouds, how pretty they are. Tides roll in and the tides roll out, building the waves higher and higher. The surfers are waiting on the beach. Their boards are ready, sitting in the sand. They're waiting for the big one so they can go out. Dark blue sky, white clouds, how pretty they are. Okay, that was dark sky. Dark sky, white clouds, how pretty they are. Okay, white clouds floating on a canvas of blue, like the blue ocean and the white caps. It's a little song I wrote, the dark sky. Now, thank you for tuning in this evening of Friday, April 21st, 2023, for another Me or Carolyn Speaks State of World Opportunity in the Future. Take care of yourself and others, wear a mask, practice social distancing, and when the vaccine is available and safe for you, I take it we had ours. Okay. Take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.